Hey there, explorers. Today, we're diving into the abandoned. We're talking ghost towns, forgotten cities, and places where nature's slowly taking back what once belonged to us. We'll be scratching that itch for urban exploration, but from the comfort of your couch. So grab a snack because we're counting down the top 10 largest abandoned cities in the world. Our first stop is Varosha, Cyprus. Back in the 70s, this place was a booming tourist destination. Luxury hotels lined the beach, celebrities vacationed here, all that jazz. Then, in 1974, things got messy. A Turkish invasion split Cyprus in two, and Varosha ended up on the wrong side of the border. People were evacuated with the promise of returning soon, a promise never kept. Today, Varosha is a frozen in time beach resort. Palm trees sway over empty pools, and half built hotels stand like decaying wedding cakes. Eerie and unsettling, Varosha is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace. Up next is Pyramiden, a ghost town nestled in the remote Arctic archipelago of Svalbard, Norway. This wasn't exactly a bustling metropolis, but for a while, it was a pretty happening coal mining community. Soviet miners built Pyramiden in the 1930s, and for decades, it had everything a small, snowy town could need: a school, a library, even a recreation center with a grand piano. But by the 90s, coal prices plummeted, and Pyramiden became too expensive to maintain. The Soviets shut it down in 1998, leaving behind a collection of brightly colored buildings that look strangely out of place against the snowy backdrop. Pyramiden is now a chillingly well-preserved example of Soviet life, with gas masks and children's toys left behind. Just watch out for polar bears. They're the new residents. Centralia, Pennsylvania, is an American ghost town with a unique problem. It's on fire, underground. Yep, a seam of coal ignited way back in the 1960s, and it's been burning ever since. The above-ground effects are creepy as heck. Streets buckle, steam vents from cracks in the pavement, and houses stand empty, their owners forced to flee. Centralia's population has dwindled to a handful of die-hard residents who refuse to leave their homes. Centralia is a cautionary tale about environmental neglect, and also a reminder that sometimes you just gotta cut your losses and move on. Although living next door to a never-ending fire does have a certain post-apocalyptic charm, I guess. Pripyat, Ukraine is probably the most famous ghost town on this list, and for good reason. The former home of Chernobyl power plant workers, Pripyat was evacuated in 1986 after the catastrophic nuclear disaster. Walking through Pripyat is like stepping into a time capsule of Soviet life, frozen in 1986. Buildings stand abandoned, amusement park rides rust under a perpetually cloudy sky, and nature slowly reclaims what was once a bustling city. The abandoned city serves as a chilling reminder of the devastating effects of nuclear power accidents and the enduring human cost. It's a place where beauty and horror intertwine, a sobering monument to a tragedy that will continue to shape the world for centuries to come. Body, California is a classic ghost town with a Wild West pedigree. Founded during the gold rush of the 1850s, Bodie boomed into a lawless frontier town, attracting prospectors, gamblers, and outlaws. Saloons lined the dusty streets, and gunfire was a common occurrence. But by the early 1900s, the gold dried up, and Bodie became a ghost town. Today, it's a fascinating glimpse into the rough and tumble Wild West era. Preserved buildings hold remnants of saloons, general stores, and even a schoolhouse, offering an eerie window into the lives of those who lived here. However, Bodie isn't just a historical site, it's also known for being haunted. Legends abound of restless spirits and paranormal activity, making it a popular destination for ghost hunters and urban explorers. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, Bodie's Wild West spirit and eerie atmosphere are guaranteed to send shivers down your spine. Hashima Island, also known as Gunkanjima, Battleship Island, due to its resemblance to a warship, is a stark and fascinating abandoned island off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan. Once a thriving coal mining community, Hashima Island was built entirely of concrete to withstand the harsh sea conditions. During its peak in the 1950s, Hashima Island boasted a dense population of miners and their families. High-rise apartment buildings housed residents, and the island had its own schools, shops, and even a movie theater. However, the discovery of alternative energy sources led to the decline of the coal mining industry, and Hashima Island was abandoned in the 1970s. Today, the island is a haunting reminder of Japan's industrial past. Eroded concrete buildings stand like skeletal giants against the sea, a powerful symbol of impermanence and the rise and fall of industries. Oradour-sur-Glane is a French village with a horrific history. Unlike the other abandoned places on this list, Oradour-sur-Glane wasn't abandoned due to economic decline or natural disaster. It was the scene of a brutal massacre in 1944 during World War II. On a seemingly ordinary day, Nazi soldiers rounded up the entire village population, over 600 men, women, and children. They were separated, with the men taken away and murdered. The women and children were herded into the village church, which was then set on fire. After the war, the French government decided to leave Oradour-sur-Glane untouched as a permanent memorial to the victims. The village remains in ruins, a chilling reminder of the atrocities of war. Buildings stand empty, with bullet holes and scorch marks, a stark testament to the violence that unfolded there. Oradour-sur-Glane is a place of profound sadness and reflection. It serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of peace and the fragility of human life. High atop a hill in southern Italy lies Krakow, a haunting example of urban decay. Once a thriving medieval town, Krakow enjoyed centuries of prosperity. However, a combination of factors, landslides, earthquakes, and a mass exodus to more modern settlements, led to its gradual decline throughout the 20th century. Today, Krakow is a crumbling masterpiece. Abandoned houses and churches stand empty, their facades cracked and weathered. Nature slowly reclaims the town, with plants pushing through walls and trees taking root in courtyards. The eerie beauty of Krakow has attracted filmmakers who have used it as a backdrop for movies like The Passion of the Christ and Quantum of Solace. Krakow's deserted streets and decaying buildings offer a glimpse into a bygone era. It's a place where history whispers from every crumbling stone, a reminder of the impermanence of human settlements and the power of nature to reclaim what was once built. Our journey through abandoned cities takes a fascinating turn in Kolmanskop, Namibia. Founded in 1908, after the discovery of diamonds in the surrounding desert, Kolmanskop boomed into a wealthy German mining town. German architects designed the buildings, resulting in a unique blend of European styles amidst the harsh desert landscape. Kolmanskop boasted luxurious homes with grand verandas, a bowling alley, a hospital, and even a casino, all catering to the diamond elite. But diamonds are a finite resource, and by the 1950s, the mines were depleted. Kolmanskop was swiftly abandoned, leaving behind a collection of grand houses slowly being swallowed by the Namibian desert. Today, Kolmanskop is a photographer's dream. Sand dunes creep through windows, furniture lies buried beneath windblown sand, and the desert reclaims these once ostentatious structures. Our final stop takes us to Kayaköy, a village nestled in the mountains of southwestern Turkey. Founded in the 15th century, Kayaköy was a thriving Greek Orthodox community for centuries. However, the political turmoil of the 20th century forced a mass exodus. The Treaty of Lausanne in 1923 led to a population exchange between Greece and Turkey. Kayaköy's Greek residents were forced to leave their homes and move to Greece, while Turkish citizens from Greece resettled in Kayaköy. However, the new residents struggled to adapt to the harsh mountain environment, and Kayaköy was eventually abandoned altogether. Today, Kayaköy stands as a poignant symbol of peaceful coexistence shattered by political conflict. Hundreds of stone houses remain, their doors hanging open, furniture gathering dust, and a sense of melancholy hanging heavy in the air.